As a dermatologist, I can't tell you how many brides come to me 2 days before their wedding saying, Doctor, I want glowing skin, fix my acne, fix this and fix that. And honestly, 2 days is not going to cut it. It takes months of consistency and effort to work on your skincare routine to actually get that glowing skin that you're talking about. I'm Dr. Tanvi Vaidya, I'm a dermatologist, and I'm here to talk about how we can break down this entire journey, this entire process, step by step, literally 1 year in advance, 1 year before your big day, so you can prep your skin in time, so you have that absolute glowing skin that you want on your D-Day. Okay, starting with 12 months before. I really recommend 12 months before, go visit your dermat once. This may not be the time that they may even ask you to start with any procedures, but you can start with a basic skincare routine. Your moisturizer, your sunscreen, your face wash, whichever actives you need to use for your skin concern. If you don't have any major skin concerns, at least an antioxidant serum in the morning, a niacinamide or a vitamin C, a retinol at night, or a depigmenting serum at night. Any of these are good basic skincare steps that you can start incorporating a good year before your big day. Your dermat may tell you if you need to address any specific concerns. Like for example, if there's a lot of texture or there's a lot of pigment or a lot of acne, you may want to get started with certain treatments to address these specific concerns at this time. If you're also considering laser hair reduction, 1 year is the right time because it takes multiple sittings. It takes like a good year to see that significant reduction in your hair growth. At 12 months, just pop into your dermat, show them your skin, let your dermat get to know your skin, see what works for you, see what doesn't work for you. So, you're not a blank slate too close to the wedding. They'll just put you on a basic skincare routine, a face wash, a moisturizer, a sunscreen, any actives that you may need. If you don't have any specific concerns, just a vitamin C or a niacinamide in the morning and a retinol or a depigmenting serum at night based on how your skin is doing. If, however, you have specific concerns like acne, pigmentation, texture, then they may possibly ask you to start with certain procedures, whether it's peels, lasers. If you have texture, usually just products are not going to fix it. If there's texture, there's scars, I'm talking about khaddas, pits in your skin, then you may want to consider doing MNRF or a CO2 to resurface those scars. That takes a good 6 months to see resurfacing of those scars, which can resurface to about an 80% of what it was before. And that makes a huge, huge difference. So definitely give your dermat that time to get started with it. Also, if you're considering laser hair reduction takes between 6 to 10-ish sittings, depending on each person's hair growth. Initially, the sittings will be spaced 1 month apart, but eventually your growth will not come back in a month's time. So then you have to wait till maybe 2 months or 3 months till your growth comes back. So you need about a year to finish those 6 to 8, 10 sittings and to see that significant reduction before your wedding day. So yes, 1 year is when you do your first visit. Then comes around a 6-month timeline. Now 6 months to your wedding, your skin is calmer, you're on a routine that is possibly working for you by this point. We may want to consider starting certain brightening or tightening treatments to work on your skin now. So usually those might be medifacials that we're talking about. If there's a lot of skin laxity or pores happening, fine lines happening, then you may want to consider tightening facials, including a radiofrequency or a Lumiere firming facial or an Ultima Age Defy as we call it, or even a HIFU. If you have more of pigmentation, we may do picosecond laser toning based medifacials. We may do peels for you. If you have acne, again, we may do carbon laser toning. We may do salicylic based peels. We may do intralesional injections if at all it's needed. So 6 months is a very good time to get started with your treatments. If you have like a pre-wedding shoot coming up, before your wedding, then consider a glow facial about 10 days before the event. If you are considering doing a lot of makeup, please start trying out makeup around this time, because makeup very often can irritate your skin, can cause acne form eruptions. So you need to figure out your makeup situation around this time. Then we're at 3 months to D-Day. When you reach about 3 months, I want you to reach a phase where you're not trying anything new. Don't do stuff for the first time. Stick to what's working for you. If you're looking at antioxidant supplements, consider starting them now. You can start with a glutathione, you can start with a collagen. 3 months is a good enough time for your skin to start seeing that difference. If, however, you're considering doing IVs, then you don't need the oral supplements, then stick to your IVs. IVs, I'd recommend starting 2 months before your wedding. You don't need 3 months of IVs, 2 months is enough. once a week, about 8 sittings before your wedding is perfect. With IVs, the deal is that you'll see a lot more brightening as compared to oral supplements. It's not a must, but if you want that added boost, you can absolutely consider an IV. But please talk to your dermat before just popping into any random center and going in for IVs. Don't ever make that mistake. It can go wrong. Also, you want to start working on your body and your hair. So, in your wedding, it's not just your face that you want to chunk out. You also want your arms, your back, all of it should be glowing. Your hair should be really nice and smooth and shining. So, some things that you can consider starting are hair treatments, like hair medi spas really help to repair your bonds. It helps with your scalp and helps with scalp stimulation and hair growth. If a medi spa isn't very accessible to you and you want to consider going to a regular salon, you can, but consider bond repairing treatments like Olaplex or a K18, which will actually work on the strength of your hair. I really don't recommend doing any Botox, cysteine, nanoplastia. What happens is it completely ruins the texture of your hair. And when they want to do heat treatments during your wedding, they want to style your hair in a particular way, it won't stay because your hair stays poker straight and limp. So honestly, it doesn't even look good on your wedding day. So particularly before your wedding, definitely avoid these treatments. Stick to hair, spas and stuff that actually helps your hair. Coming to your body, you can also consider microdermabrasions, chemical peels for the body, which help get rid of tan, smoothen your skin out, brighten your skin out. So these are things that you can consider about 3 months in advance. 1 month to the wedding, please sun protect massively. This is when everyone's going to call you over for dinners and lunches. You're going to go on your shopping trips and there's going to be a lot of sun exposure. So please make sure you're taking care, stay hydrated, watch what you eat. I keep telling everyone, this is when things go south, when there's a lot of junk that we start eating around this time. So make sure you're not doing that. Completely cut out sugar 1 month before your wedding. Like seriously, I think that would do so much good for your skin. When we have just a month to your wedding, your focus now has to be on hydration and improving your barrier so your skin sort of reflects light better. Skin boosters are a great option where you're not changing the way your face looks. They're very superficial hyaluronic acid injections just in the surface of your skin. So it just adds hydration. It gives you that highlighter-like glow. So your skin is really glowing without changing any facial volume or shape. If you're, however, considering injectables like Botox or fillers, this is also a very good time to consider injectables. So 1 month before your wedding is the best time to go in for any of these treatments. Then you're down to the last 1 week. Now, your last 1 week, super crucial. Your last facial will be a week before your wedding. In your last facial, we make sure we don't do any peels, no harsh exfoliative treatments because your skin barrier has to be good. I don't want your makeup cracking. I don't want your skin getting dry and flaky. Your makeup's not going to sit well. So we have to stick to these kind of milder facials, which will just help with depigmentation, a glow. You may want to consider dermaplaning if you're getting rid of facial hair. If you feel puffy, you may want to consider depuffing a little bit by just jade rollers or just a basic massage with your hands also works. You can consider using ice rollers to just depuff, frankly. Most of these masks or collagen masks are not really going to make too much of a difference, so don't worry about it. One thing I'd like to talk about is the haldi. So haldi is going to happen just like 1 or 2 days before your wedding. And a lot of traditional regular haldis that are used end up leaving your skin stained yellow. So you may want to consider using better variants of haldi with just a little bit of haldi in it, along with a concoction of, honey, curd. So you can dilute the haldi out a little bit so your skin isn't getting completely stained by it. I've seen a lot of videos where people are using rose haldi, where they use crushed rose petals. So it sort of also hydrates your skin. It feels nice. It's pink. It's not yellow. It's not leaving your skin yellow. So these are just some alternatives that you can consider. Don't use harsh uptons and scrubs in that last 1 week. Not a good idea. Your skin's going to just get extremely dry. Also, just one last thing, if your haldi is outdoors, please wear sunscreen because all of this work we have done over the last few months will get fried when you get burnt under that afternoon sun. So please make sure you're not doing that. Other than that, just go enjoy your day. When you're super close to the wedding, don't stress about it. Something or the other always goes wrong, but 10 years later, you're going to look back at that moment and you're going to laugh. So don't stress, just enjoy the day, have a blast, and Of course, make sure you go to your dermat, as I said, well enough in time so we can ensure you're glowing. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments.